What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the MichiganAmbushoutdoors.com YouTube page. And in this week's video, I got an awesome venison jerky recipe that I want to share with you guys. The first thing that you're going to want to do is you cut your steaks into strips about 1/4 inch thick, and then you're also going to want to remove as much of that silver lining and as fat as you possibly can. Now, once you have the meat ready to go, the next thing that you need to do is prepare your marinade. Now, for this particular recipe, like I said, I'm using 5 pounds of venison, so I did double the ingredients list. So you are gonna need 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar, 1 cup of soy sauce, 1 cup of Worcestershire sauce, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 2 teaspoons of garlic, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 4 teaspoons of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of paprika, 4 teaspoons of cayenne pepper, 3 teaspoons of red pepper flakes, and 2 jalapeno peppers. Now, the recipe does call for 2 teaspoons of red pepper flakes. So rather than doubling it and using 4, I went with 3, again, to try to dial back that heat a little bit. And then rather than running the habanero peppers, I just used 2 jalapeno peppers, minced them, and threw them in the marinade. So now that the marinade is ready to go, our meat is ready to go, we're just gonna combine the 2 of them, let them sit overnight, and then we are gonna throw them on the Traeger and smoke it at 180 degrees for roughly about 5 hours. Now, there's no good way to measure the internal temperature when you're making jerky just because it's so thin. So what you're gonna wanna do is you're just gonna wanna check on it. I would recommend let it go for 3 hours and then maybe check it every hour. The last thing that you wanna do though is dry it out and make it super chewy to the point where it's unenjoyable. So like I said, just make sure that you're frequently checking the meat as you're going through the smoking process. Now, with the Traeger, they have a variety of different flavors of pellets that you can use, but what I'm gonna use for this recipe is I am going to use their signature blend. You can pick that up at Costco, and it's a nice blend of maple, hickory, and apple. I think it's got an awesome flavor to it. So because we have so much meat here, I'm gonna divide this up in 2 different bags. Breaking it up is gonna allow that marinade, like I said, to really penetrate that meat so you get that full flavor jerky. Being that we have the meat in the bag, air is squeezed out, we're gonna put this in the refrigerator, we're gonna let this sit overnight, and then tomorrow we're gonna throw it on the Traeger and we're gonna get a little smoky. All right, everyone, so just a quick recap on the jerky venison. It turned out absolutely amazing. It didn't last more than 2 days. I annihilated that 5 pounds. I did give some of it to my dad, but it did not last long. So I don't have a taste test clip to share with you guys because I don't have any left. But there are a few things that I want to mention, and the first one being the cook time. So historically, I've always cooked my jerky in the oven or on my Bradley smoker, and it does take about that 5-hour cook time. However, with the Traeger at 180 degrees, it was done at that 3-hour mark. So I was super glad that I was periodically checking that meat to ensure that I was not overcooking it. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about real quick is just the spices, and this is going to be dependent on your tolerance for heat. But for me personally, I would not dial back on the ingredients, and then I would also not substitute the habaneros with the jalapeno peppers because I do feel that it could have been a little spicier. Now, as you ate a couple pieces, you could definitely feel the spice starting to kick in, but if you were only eating a piece or 2, you weren't really feeling any of that heat. So again, the next time I cook this recipe, I will go straight with the ingredients. And if you guys have any questions about the recipe, you can always leave me a comment below. I will post a breakdown of the recipe in the description, so if you guys want to copy and paste that and print it out, you can. And then, like I said, if you have any questions, I'm always happy to help. But that's going to be it for this video. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Your guys' support greatly helps us out. And then if you have not checked out the MichiganAmbushoutdoors.com webpage, please go over there. We do have some hats available for purchase, and your guys' purchases of our merch greatly supports this channel and keeps us doing what we're doing. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you on the next one.